What's going on, guys? It's me, Atari HMB, and today, I just got a front long nap, and today apparently we have to dive into something I did not expect to see coming. What is going on, everyone? Roz, thank you so much for already being in the chat, present, and letting people know. No spoilers. Now, I got spoiled on the winner, but I don't know why. So I end up getting spoiled from one of our members in the comment section. You know, they come in saying, "Hey, sorry for spoiling, but and with all due respect, you're not sorry." You can't come in a comment section and be like, "Hey, yo, man, sorry about the spoilers, but I'm a spoiler." Like, you don't do that, bro. At least there's no point on apologizing if you know you already spoiled. You apologize when you did something by mistake, or typically you're not intending for it to happen again. Full darn well. That was a major spoiler. Especially if you spoil it the day before the actual fight came out. So I don't know. That was weird. Anyway, what's going on, everyone? How you doing, Cooler? What's going on, Vegeta Scales? What is going on? Dawn is, oh my goodness, the chat is live today. What's going on, Andre? What's going on, King Zondo? Oh my goodness, we got a lot of members in today. Roz, of course. Sunny D, or also known as Stride. What's going on, Ariel Ramirez? What's going on, L? Boyad. What's going on, Narshima? Keaton. What's going on, man? Man, there's a lot. What's going on? Brazil. Let's see here. The laughter was going on. How are you doing today? Man, this is a lot. Sheesh. Yeah, we got what's going on, JCG. Welcome. Man, you guys. Woo! This is a lot. I hope everyone is good today. So, what we're going to be doing is. By the way, guys, I am going to be letting some people participate in eventual we are going to have a little bit more fun on the stream. I thought of some new creative ways that we can have fun on the stream. We'll go ahead and do it though another time. And yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. But I'll go ahead and let you guys know about it a little bit later when I make the setup for it. All right. So, with that said, guys, let's go ahead and begin this battle already, right? Let's do this, shall we? Keep in mind, I got a fast breaker on the side. You guys will not hear the audio, but I'll be letting you know when I start the video. So if you guys want to watch me side by side, we know how ScrewTech is about their copyright. I cannot really get in contact with Rooster Teeth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch it on my end and kind of give a reaction. So without further ado, let's begin the death battle. Now I'm going to be giving commentary live. So I'm going to go ahead and begin in, just get started now in 3, 2, 1, and I'll give my opinions. Interesting. Alright, so they just searched Super Saiyan God Trunks. Oh my goodness. This fight's gonna be live. Okay. Trunks a cool Dragon Ball character. What's going on, King of Bastion? Absalom, sorry. Hey, I'm doing good. Dragon Ball Heroes and Xenoverse are based on an expanded lore introduced in Dragon Ball Online. All of which are included in this analysis. Good. But don't forget Fighters and Fusion. Interesting. Okay, chat. So I'm at the 2-minute mark right now. It says, while both versions of Trunks of Dragon Ball Super appear in Heroes, both versions of Trunks share a similar history. Alright. Alright, let's see here. I mean, I don't know why Trunks wouldn't know Super Saiyan. Okay. Super Saiyan God. When he's fighting demons. Okay. 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 The Heroes arcade game is depicted as either a method of time travel or a virtual reality. Either way, it's a method of visiting another period. Okay, see now, I. So, all right, so, nah, no, oh no, oh hell no. All right, so let's go, chat. We already getting our first disagreement with Atari today. Okay, first and foremost, let's go ahead and get something clear. When I seen it, all right, the Heroes arcade game is depicted as either a method of time travel, or a virtual reality. Okay, not necessarily. Now, either way, it is a method of visiting another period in time within the multiverse history of Dragon Ball. That is technically not true because it is considered literally a video game. It is also considered to be outside of space-time itself. This is why Beat is not even a Saiyan until he actually goes in the game. So that doesn't add up. It's not. It's literally completely a different realm of reality, a literal different level of reality. It's literally when you play it, it tells you, do you want to? Literally when you play it, it literally asks you verbatim, do you want to go to the extra dimension? So in other cases, it's like it doesn't add up, especially because you have to transcend to get to Beat's world. So that already is like, nah again. I don't like this right now. Because, I mean, you already got the most crucial thing wrong about Beats World. It's literally a place where they treat Dragon Ball is literally treated like a video game. It's like, oh, it's another method of time travel. How is it another method of time travel where there's people who work on the actual game? So again, it still kind of begs the question, especially when you have Dragon Ball Fighters, which also follows this very verdict. All right. Yeah, because that don't make sense. How are you going to have a time travel video game based on every character of every series and franchise, and then all of a sudden it's just a future timeline? That doesn't add up because it's supposed to be in Xenoverse. There's supposed to be infinite timelines. So I don't get that part because if there's already infinite timelines, Beats World should just be one of the infinities. So why all of a sudden it's not? There are things that just doesn't add up. History can end up taking an infinite number of paths, eventually use track of what the correct version is supposed to be. Because again, like, I think what they're doing is they're taking the inconsistencies they'll see and they're kind of just using it. History isn't linear, and it certainly is not finite. It formed a vast network of countless events. There's a lot of problems with this already. This is another statement. History in the timeline is left in your hands. So it doesn't really add up. Now, here's another thing that I don't get is like it's literally treated. It's literally a video game. It's a lesser place. Like Beat literally could use cards to amp his stats. Now, is Dragon Ball Heroes still a threat to Beat's real world? Is it a form of dimensional travel? Yes. But to say it's just another method of time travel is blatantly wrong. So that's already the first problem with the video, because Beat's ability, based on how Dragon Ball Heroes cosmology and infrastructure is, it's not just him going to the future. How are you going to go to the future and be able to just conjure up and control beings who are stronger than you? You're not. They're literally cards to him. They're video game characters to Beat until Beat transcends to the lower area of their realm. I mean, descends, not transcends, and until Beat descends into their world. Now, is it true that Dragon Ball Heroes is so powerful they can parallel Beat's world and threaten it? Yes. But that doesn't mean the actual cosmology is equivalent to Beat's world. It just means the characters in the game are so goddamn powerful that they're starting to have an effect on a world outside of its reach. You don't summon a bunch of characters and say that I'm just time traveling and that's the only reason why I can do this. And just summon them as cards, like you're completely stronger than most of them at all times. It doesn't add up because Beat can't go. From what I recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, Beat can't go Super Saiyan in the real world. He only goes Super Saiyan when he's in Dragon Ball Heroes. So although there are different ways they can kind of explain Beat, you got to remember there's inconsistencies. Hey, Breaker, thank you so much for thank you for the $5 donation. Wow, thank you so much. Yes, I agree I agree to a degree. There are a lot of Heroes has a lot of crazy arguments based on it. I'm gonna pull up a scan that Andre shared with me earlier. Let me see if I can find it. Um, yeah. See if I can find it. Here it is. Here's one of the scans. The key to winning in Super Dragon Ball Heroes battle is Charge Impact. Charge Impact changes the course of the battle dramatically. Inflicts heavy damage of the opponent will lose when attacking. So let me ask you this, chat. I want everyone in the chat, and we got to give shout outs to Andre again. Everyone in the chat, based on this scale, right? This scan right here. Where do you say it places where do you say it places based on this scan right here, would you say that this is literally just another would you say this is like a higher dimensionality that treats it like a video game, or do you think it's just another way of time travel? If you think it's time travel, then I don't know, you hold the L. But if you think it's at least, and I'm not trying to false dictate people, but if you honestly think this is a video game, if you think Dragon Ball Heroes is literally a video game that is completely and infinitely inferior to, is infinitely superior to the Dragon Ball Heroes world, give me some fires in the chat. Yeah, exactly. It's like they didn't pay attention at all. It's like, oh, we got this person who's even more nerdier than us. You couldn't get Seth the programmer or Chuck at least? And you guys know, when it comes to power scaling, I'm usually heavier on the cosmological scale than Seth. But I'd rather you have had Seth or SSJ Ryu. I'd rather you had Seth or actually do the analysis or something. Someone or Chuck, someone who actually has an idea of what Dragon Ball Xenoverse is capable of. Because Seth represents himself to Timebreaker Bardock. He's gonna know something. I'm sure he would have at least had them at least acknowledge Beat's world as a higher dimension. I'm pretty positive. This is common sense. And then again, not all common sense is not a trait everyone has. I'm just shocked on this. So we've already gotten into a big problem. This is a bigger problem than people give it credit for. Let me see if I can find another scan I had. Let's see here. Let me see. These are a bunch of Yu Hakusho scans. That's Dragon Ball. Yeah, I don't have my Dragon Ball Hero scans for some reason. What the heck happened to them? But I don't care if I don't have them. Bottom line is, how is a video game going to be a time travel? Let me get this straight. So I'm playing God of War, right? And I'm controlling Kratos' ability to win the fight based on how fast I hit a button. I guess that means you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. I guess that means I'm just Kratos, all I gotta do is time travel to him. Because the thing is, Dragon Ball characters time travel all the time in Heroes. By then, they should have threatened Beat's world. I don't think I have the scan on me, but there's a scan where she literally talks about, I think it was Note. I don't know if it was Note who says it, but she mentioned something about how the threat of this battle could threaten the entire real world, and destroy all of Dragon Ball Heroes. She refers to Dragon Ball Heroes as a video game. So a nexus with a Xenoverse and infinite and transfinite timelines and higher levels of dimensionality, far higher than the general canon. She literally refers to it as Dragon Ball Heroes. She doesn't consider it a real, she literally calls it, she literally refers to it like it's a freaking video game. She's like, yeah, you got Dragon Ball Heroes. They could destroy the real world. And people's like, the real world? Why do you think they call it the real world? Yo, you ain't missed nothing, Dreepske. We're just getting started, man. Alright, guys, so far, so good. Thank you everyone else who's coming in the chat. Definitely, Let's see if we could get to 60 views. If we can. That's gonna be tough. But hey, I appreciate everyone so far coming through. But like, I just want to just make this like clear. They literally come from the real world. You know, matter of fact, let me see if I can grab the page. Because I know there's like indications where they technically have Dragon Balls. But just because there is a connection between Beat and it's clear to see that they treat it as a video game. I have a bad feeling about this. Those clouds are evidence that all of Dragon Ball Heroes battlefields were dominated by the evil dragons. All the ages, all the missions, all of them are at the mercy of 7 evil dragons. If this goes on, the outside world, that is the real world, will be invaded as well. Why, if this is time travel, why is this called the outside world? What do you say? What did you say? The real world? Impossible. Evil dragons in the outside world? So that's not Note. Note didn't say that. I forgot what her name was. But because it's been a while since I dealt with Xenoverse. But I'm sorry, Heroes Charisma Mission. But like the point is, this is something they should all like had account for. Like, come on. Anyway, let's get back into the battle. I'm not liking this so far. Chat, we got a long way to go. This is terrible. I already have a bad feeling about this. Hold on. Who the hell? No, I'm not trying to be rude. Who the hell? Who? Alright, see, now Atari is about to roast. Alright. What is, hold up. See, not see. Oh boy. You guys gonna make him come out. And if he comes out, y'all already know. I done told you, y'all already asked me to come out. Now, you see, that's the thing right there I was talking about. They got the damn girl coming up in here. See, I don't know. Pull a picture up. What the hell that girl name is? Why she why that girl biting her lip like that? See, there's a damn right there, the girl biting her damn lip, looking all seductive, and she don't know a damn thing. The first thing this girl said, let me tell you this right here. What the first thing this girl said, she said, oh, the lesser timeline don't count just because. You see, that's what I'm talking about. These kids, all they care about their social media, and they want to go on TikTok, and they want to act all crazy, and then they want to say, oh, these power scaling. He want a power scale, he want a dragon scale, he want a fish scale, and they want all these scales, and they don't want to commit to anything. And you know, this is the problem I have right here. And all right, you gotta go. All right, always shoving me off stream. See, this thing I like about you, Ty. You ain't gonna last any longer. That keep playing. Don't play with me. All right, sorry about that, guys. So anyway, the main bottom line is, yeah, who the hell is she? She was never in other death battles. Jocelyn, if you're watching this, I don't mean any disrespect, but what the hell are you talking about? I could tell you have not been power scaling Dragon Ball Heroes for that long. So, let me just tell you this. Why the hell did she say the lesser timeline? Why did you say the lesser timelines don't count? What the heck are you on? So you get out of my screen. The lesser timelines don't count. The heck is wrong with people? Ugh. Like, I promise, bro, like, there are people out there. There are people out there who just, no offense, they give them positions to act like they know something, but they really don't. And that's the problem right there. I have a major issue with that. You see, that's what I'm talking about right there, man. Oops. I don't know where he came from. Hey, you know what? Actually, let me pull that picture back up. Hey, yo, is that... See, man, I didn't even mean to pull this picture up, but you know what? Let's look at it anyway. See, you know, this is what I'm talking about. If I could, I'd just be like, Hado number 32. Byakurai. I'd tell it straight up, bro. Get out of my sight. Like, for real, like... It seems your brain is more scattered than my Sunbone Sakura. Let me arrange that for you. Like, for real. Like, come on, bro. Oh, man. I'm tired of your downplay, Ichigo Kurosaki. Alright, so let's see. This is a comic Vine argument. They just don't count. Yeah, let's see. Lesser timeline branches coming. They don't count. Just because. What do you mean just because? There ain't no lesser time branches. Dragon Ball Heroes is literally a freaking arcade game. You literally have it on screen. God dang. Oh, man. Even Versus Battle Wiki did more justice. I think. The avatar of the player back in time. You see how this doesn't add up? Of cards that can summon facilities of well-known characters. Are you freaking goofy? Super Saiyan 4 Goku is a rare reverse holo. That's Xeno Goku. And it's because Beat is from the outside world. They literally... Oh my goodness. I'm losing my brain cells. Beat is a descendant of GT Goku. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the fact that it's still a higher dimensionality, and that's just inconsistent writing. It's Dragon Ball Heroes, for crying out loud. The writing is going to be inconsistent because there's no way for the events of BoJack to necessarily take place on a what's the word I'm looking for? On a chronological order that would allow for Broly to happen in conjunction. So basically, because of that, there's no way these things can happen. Some of the movie canons can't even occur properly. But they did anyway. Xeno Goku experienced them. Why? Capsule Goku experienced it. Why? Because I don't know. No, it's because the writing is inconsistent. Even Koyama said this. Please, Dragon Ball is going to have some inconsistencies. But you can't take the inconsistencies and cherry pick them in order to fit a narrative of something you're trying to downplay. They're clearly not mentioning Beat's world is higher because they're trying to make the battle even. I can already tell. Oh my goodness. Seto Kaiba. And then the Great Saiyan Man. Gadgets, powers. A black hole to consume every timeline in the multiverse. Deus Ex and Machina. Mm-hmm. The crack of line above reality, outside of all time. Okay. You. Oh god, here comes the 13 times over universal crap. That. It's a no-brainer to know Trunks would clap that Goku. I mean, that's good that they acknowledge it's 29 quintillion times faster than light. But that doesn't matter. I don't care about that. All right? I don't care if in hold on. Okay, first off, even this, that's even I'm not going to wank Dragon Ball that much. No, Goku and Pikkon didn't fly to hell in 32 seconds. They likely took the plane. Yes, that's right. They likely took the plane down, went to King Enma's realm, and then flew there. Because you cannot enter heaven without taking the airplane, according to the Daizenshu. So no, get the heck out of here with that. Number two, heaven is infinite because hell is infinite, according to Koyama, and fourth dimensional. All right, so that eliminates that process. Number three, you can consider it an outlier. I don't really care. Goku will still be that fast anyway since he outsped the Scouters. Let's go, Goku. Roshi. Okay, but anyway, the main point is, even after that, like, the whole problem is that you don't have a time frame for when Goku did that. So even then, even though it's nice they acknowledge it, why didn't you acknowledge that in the last Death Battles? You didn't acknowledge this with Vegeta. He would have absolutely broke Thor's ankles. Because that's base Goku. Yeah. Y'all didn't want to include that though. Oh, the Planck time. Well, I don't care. You didn't want to acknowledge that though. The freak out of here with that bull. You guys know how fast that is? Quintillions of times light? And the Super Saiyan God is bare minimum more than more than 1,000,000 times base, and I could prove it objectively with Vados. And then you get Super Saiyan Blue 50 times. So what's 50 million times quintillion? Because we're gonna be up in the octillions, and if we're in the octillions, we get into the freaking dual decillions by the time we get the Ultra Ego. And then at that point, Planck time doesn't even matter. I'm being serious. You actually can move faster than Planck time at that point. But they don't want to go there. So my thing is this. It's like, even that is like a little iffy. Like you're making an assumption. Who said it took them 32 seconds? You don't know how long it took them. I'm not saying it took them hours, but in Afterlife, time doesn't even pass by normally. I mean, obviously, events in the Afterlife, time passes by, but we don't know how fast it took. So that's wrong. Exactly. There's no evidence that they didn't fly. That there is no evidence that they didn't fly to hell. I mean, here's the thing: is they flew to hell, but we don't know if they took the plane from heaven or not. We don't know what methodology they used to get there. So, but we can't assume it took 32 seconds. Because if it took 32 seconds, let me ask you this: if it took 32 seconds for Goku to travel there, why did Goku have to take the plane to get to heaven? Because heaven is a separate dimension, and we all know you can't just fly up through hell because you'll literally hit your head. We literally see that happening time and time again. You could fall through hell, but you can't go up. So, I mean, maybe they flew through heaven and got back up, but, I mean, again, it does beg the question. That is insane. And remember, hell is infinite, so I'd assert the distance between them is infinite. It's still nice that they included that, but I mean, even then, it's like, come on, guys. That's not a real. In my opinion, I don't use that as a travel speed feat for the most part. A better speed feat is where Beerus flew from where Whis was at on the other planet. We said, give me 2 minutes. Beerus got there in like a second, while suppressed. So I would use that instead to say like a consistent travel speed feat for Goku. And I would also say Goku does have levels of infinite speed because the shock waves and how they behave through rifts of space time and other things. So I mean, it's fine, but like I mean, come on now. The narrative probably isn't going for that. Trunks, if you. But anyway, let me continue. You who bought his Demigra. Demon Chevelle. You are a technical character. I mean, she didn't mention God Fusion Goku, who's also canon heroes, but okay. Interesting. Exactly. Champa flew to the Supreme Kai world. That is true. Well, it's implied that Vados flew him for him, but Gods of Destructions can move just as fast. I mean, you know, and we know that, and since we know that gas is technically weaker than Jiren, who can also travel speed like that, Master Ultra Instinct should have like some crazy stupid. It should have some interdimensional infinite speed like Champa could. I'm pretty sure Champa could. It's just that they used the angels as like to hitch a free ride. Exactly, Stride. The real world views them as fiction. Said that at best Goku is faster than light due to Dispo's super maximum time speed mode. I mean, I'm not even gonna address that. Okay. Okay. Now we're watching Silver. His clothes aren't silver; they're white. Okay. 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 Mind bullets. Psychokinesis, moving objects with his thoughts. You mean the thing that every Dragon Ball character has? Here, let me give you an example. I'm going to talk about psychokinesis, which, by the way, psychokinesis is portrayed to be. I wonder, are they ever going to bring this up, guys? Remember this episode? Remember this? Look at this. Listen with his mind. And we're at 52 views right now. Let's see if we can get to 60, by the way, chat. Let's keep it going. He lists this with his mind, and they're talking about Silver. Like, come on, get out of here, bro. He can move rocks to skyscrapers and entire mountains. Okay. Okay. Cool. Let me do this one. Let me do another one. You want to go there? I got you, fam. Compare your mountain to this. Compare your mountains and skyscrapers to this. Come on now. And this was suppressed. It's just playing around. Get out of here with that, man. Come on. And everyone got telekinesis or psychokinesis. Yep. Mm-hmm. Cronus control. Hey, thank you so much, Krabby Breaker, for the $2 donation. Awesome. Death Battle tripping. Shake. They are. She just said there are infinite. She said there are infinite universes with infinite timelines. So all right, that's already multiple 5Ds. And then she talks about the Chaos Force, which would make that 70 or so. Interesting. So I'm proud of her for doing that. But she kind of forgot the dream, the Nexus. Sabrina the Teenage Witch spawned. That's good. And she mentioned Mega Man or Capcom verse. She should have said. Don't downplay Sonic now. Okay. So Zero doesn't get. Silver doesn't get erased. I mean, that's called a causality. Trunks has that in the canon. Yeah, they meet Spawn. They also meet a lot of other Image comic characters. So that's. I'm surprised. But here's my thing. Why is Boomstick surprised if they should have mentioned this with Archie Sonic versus Flash? They should have been mentioned that he met Spawn. So why is that a shocker? That's the most important because Silver didn't even meet Spawn. Archie Sonic did. So this would have been more important for Archie Sonic's video. Because Sonic would have laid waste to pretty sure so. Yeah. Silver didn't meet Archie Sonic at the time. Silver wasn't even a character at the time. He was still known as Venice before he was even conceived. So this is like way early. Like I think it was Archie Sonic in the 90s and early 2000s and something like that. So anyway. Angel Island is approximately 30 quadrillion metric tons. Okay. Okay. To teleport instantly. Let me see. Silver's teleport. Oh yeah, I mean teleportation is obviously instant. I just didn't hear them. Super Silver. Okay, the Ivana. All right. I mean, time was frozen. Sonic could still move. Yeah, Goku did that, and it's not into downplay, and it's like cool, but like again, it was confirmed by Ian Flynn that Sonic broke out of time stop with speed alone and not via innate time manipulation resistance. Yeah, it's infinite speed. But I wonder if they know that Ian Flynn also said that Goku claps Sonic. Do they know that? I bet they don't know that. His speed is faster than time itself permits speed to... Where was this for Archie Sonic versus Flash? Exactly, Vegeta Scales. Ian Flynn literally said Goku will fold Sonic like a pancake. And he says verbatim... Ian Flynn said verbatim, it's not even close. Actually, if I get enough fires in the chat, I'll put that video on the stream. I'll put that quote right on the stream. Y'all send me, like, if I see at least 10 fires in this chat, bro, I'll put that on the stream myself. Guys, I'm being serious. Don't make me do it. All right. You know what? All right. Screw Attack, this is for you. This is for you. All right. So, Bumblecast live Q&A questions. Ask questions in the chat. So, Ian Flynn is working on Sonic Frontiers. So let's go ahead and ask his opinion. Let's see Ian Flynn's actual statement.
Is Night canon to Sonic?
Okay, then he's going to ask, let's see, I think it's around this part.
Aim thing down, I need to aim for something else, I guess. Laba asks, Goku versus Archie Sonic. Sorry, Goku. No, like, all right, which era Goku? Are we talking like OG Dragon Ball? Because that might be a fairer fight. But if we're talking like Ultra Instinct training under Whis to become an angel Goku, yeah, no. Sorry. Archie Sonic does some crazy stuff, but he's not even in the same league. Not even remotely close. Got this one from Rez.
Hello? Not even remotely close. And now I understand Death of the Author. And I think Archie Sonic is insane. But, come on, man. Come on, man. Let me continue this video. Hmm. Um, yeah, I guess they saved Spawn's world, but it's hard to tell because yeah, they likely saved Spawn's world too, which is really impressive. All right, now let's get to the battle. Did he just lift up a skyscraper? All right, so let me tell you this. So I'm watching the battle. I'm gonna go frame by frame. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna go frame by frame. I'm gonna let you guys know right off the bat. I'm gonna let you guys know right off the bat. I'm gonna let you guys know right off the bat. This right here, see that? The battle would have ended right there. Now, don't get me wrong. I know how strong Silver is. You have the cosmic you have an infinite amount of timelines. And then you have the cosmic interstate, which is definitely beyond that. Then you have the no zone, which is also in conjunction. So we're at 5D. Let's get to 6D. How do we get to 6D? All right, we get to 6D as soon as we factor in that the afterlife transcends this in Archie Sonic. All right? The afterlife in Archie Sonic also is 6D, just like Dragon Ball. So yeah, how do we have proof of this? Let's go ahead, get the example. Elsewhere, in a realm outside of time and space, the entity who was once known as Knuckles the Echidna senses death. Moments later, on a higher plane of reality. Sorry, not afterlife. But I do know there was in a higher reality. I shouldn't have said afterlife. He senses death, but that's just him going to the high reality. So again, this is already beyond 5D. And then there's the Nexus Crystal, the imaginary space, or the imaginary world. So on a low level, utilizing this, because it says it's weaved out of dreams, hopes, and various people of various different dimensional worlds, including yours. So she could be including Spawn and many others also. I'm sorry, he could be included Spawn and many others included. So what I'm saying is, this can be 70. And God Sigma said he'll transcend the facet of creation and become go higher than that. So 8-dimensional low end. Now high end, there is a dimensional matrix, and there are infinities and other alternate timelines in Archie. So, because they do follow theory of alternate realities to a degree, and they mention infinities, including with Spawn, who has 22 extra dimensions included, Archie Sonic is in the lower hyperversal ranges. Now, I don't think each dimension in Spawn's verse is infinitely transcendent, though it is possible. So what I'm saying is, although Archie Sonic and Silver should scale to these lower hyperversal ranges, potentially, they can even scale to even greater ranges. But right now, the highest you would get Archie Sonic is 26 dimensional. No joke. That's the highest for me that I've been able to get him based on Spawn. Because in Spawn, let's see if I can pull up. See if I can pull it up, bro. Hold on. All right, let's see. Yeah. Yep, exactly. I don't think I have the scan verbatim, but I do remember there is a scan that there are extra dimensions in Spawnverse. All right. Yeah, DM me it real quick, Harvado, because I'm trying to look for it right now. I like to always show evidence on my stream. But anyway, chat. So far, so good in the battle. But it's definitely 20 dimension. Spawn definitely is 20 dimensional ish. So you could get Archie Sonic to that if you use that. But let me just continue this battle real quick. First off, if Silver looked at the time rift and then if Trunks looked at the time rift and Silver tried to sneak him, that wouldn't work. So the way the choreography of the battle is also not accurate. Why would Trunks need to go Super Saiyan to stop a boulder? Why would Trunks need to go Super Saiyan to stop a boulder? Why would Xeno Trunks have to go Super Saiyan to stop a boulder? I don't know, man. Thanks, Arado. Appreciate it. So yeah, by the way, guys, here is the scan. So it does say mathematically proven the existence of at least 20 dimensions beyond our own. So there is that. So if you include the 3 dimensions of ours, there is a lot of room with that. So I think that this is very interesting. And he said he claimed that he found a key that will open the doors of space and time. The only thing we don't have that makes this iffy is we don't have the term infinity, who are using mathematics to predict dimensionality. But depending on how you want to look at it, if you want to highball it, you could get hyperversal Archie. Or he would be hyperversal with the dimensional matrix scaling anyway. But that's besides the point. On a consistent notion, he should be at least like 7th dimensional for Silver. Silver go. You see it's no use. Rip off. The moment Trunks did burning attack, honestly, the battle would have ended. Okay, so he sends a bunch of rocks from the moon. Why would Trunks struggle with that? I mean, I think another thing that the screw attack didn't account for is that the cards also nerf you. So they can nerf your attack power. They can nerf your resistance to time. Xeno Goku literally can remove resistances. So, but all right, let's see. I'm watching a battle. Trunks' sword would not break there. Why would he jump to Super Saiyan God instead of just Super Saiyan 2? Silver wasn't outpowering him that much. And also, I don't think they really factor in how much of a gap in power Super Saiyan God really is. But it's okay. It's still a cool battle. Chrono. First off, how is Silver using Chrono's control when he's getting slashed? Again, it's not about the power scale gap. It's about the fact that he's using techniques while getting hit. Who is he, Shulk from freaking Smash Brothers? He could just Monado art cancel while getting comboed? What the hell was that ending? What? Silver did. Look, I've done power scaling for Archie Sonic. Most people have Archie Sonic at 5D. Some say out reversal. No, he ain't no out reversal. But I can at least consistently get, like, I showed you. I'm not trying to be biased. I showed you on screen you could possibly get them to 20th dimensional. 21 dimensional if you include, since they found 20 extra dimensions, that's 23 dimensional, then you include the one God Sigma transcends. So you can at least get them 24 dimensional. I'm not going to downplay them. But the thing about Dragon Ball is, if you talk about Legends, which is canon, there are literally multiple dimensions within the living world. In the living world super dimension that has several dimensions within the super dimension from the Broly movie. And then the Seguro space is canon. I could easily get that to at least, I literally can almost get it to like a low hyperversal macrocosm. Depending on how you want to go about it. But that's besides the point. The point is, even if I just say that, all right, let's just keep it 7th dimensional because it has an extra dimension within itself. The neutral zone would be 8. Xeno World would be 9. The timeline would be 10. The infinite amount of timelines would be 11th dimensional. And then the crack of time would be 12th dimensional. All right? Now, we're at low hyperversal. Cool. But what happens if we go to Beats World? Is it 13th dimensional? No. You see, the difference with Beats World is Beats World literally sees them as a video game. They're completely inferior. And I've already proven this with several scans. So, as far as dimensionality and numbers go, the implications that they give, especially with Fighters, which has in Fighters, there is literally a place that doesn't have dimensionality, and it's not a zero-dimensional construct. It's even far greater. So if I go with that notion, and the fact that Beats World has its own timeline, or technically it has its own time space within itself, and Demi-Gra, yes, Demi-freaking-Gra, and base form Xenogoku, who base form Xeno Trunks can scale to base Xenogoku later on, base Xenogoku defeated easily. And if you suck at the game, then Goku uses Super Saiyan. And Trunks can one-shot him. So, you're talking about someone like Trunks, who even if I lowball all of Dragon Ball, like even lowballing it, they're still in the upper echelons of 15th dimensionality. Oh wow, thank you so much, RJ. But he said, author said Silver wouldn't probably stand a chance against Xeno Trunks. Go Twitter. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that. That's pretty awesome, RJ. Good find. Wow. So yeah, like that doesn't make any sense. So let me see their reasoning. I'm gonna watch this part. All right, so here's the first problem. Time traveling is not all equal. So let me give you guys an example. I want chat. I want you to ask me. I want to ask you a simple question, chat. Time traveling. So let me give you guys an example. Let's say Geo could time travel, right? From JoJo. Or Golden Ger can time traveling, GER. He could let's say the Stan can time travel and literally loop, right? And Heavenly Ascension Dio. Are you going to compare their time traveling abilities to the likes of high-end Flash, who could travel beyond the timeline of the multiverse? So remember, in DC, we got timeline, and then we got a multiversal timeline. Dragon Ball Heroes has way more time intervals over that. Because they got a 4D time, they got the afterlife timeline, which is a higher temporality. They got the higher temporality of the actual timeline that contains all 12 universes in Xenoworld. Then it got the time Rith, or the crack of time, which is infinitely great, which is a different higher temporality, like a higher dimension of time, like a higher 4D temporal space. It's another temporal dimension. Then they got another higher temporal dimension in Beats World. That's 5 different levels of temporality. So even if you were immeasurable speed on a 5D level, immeasurable speed plus, you'd be not even moving to these characters. Because here's the thing. What if Beat's playing the video game and he pauses the video game? Exactly. Trunks and Demi-Gra are so fast, so powerful, they don't care about if you pause the game. So the first problem is, as strong as I believe Silver is, I do believe I do believe Archie Silver's hyperversal, or low hyperversal. If we're keeping the scaling more conservative, I do believe he scales to like 8th dimensionalities potentially. Because as I've said before, just because you have a number of dimensions doesn't mean each dimension infinitely transcends the prior. You need evidence for that. Dragon Ball doesn't use dimensional numbers. So most of the dimensionality we got from them is off the basis of axiomatic scaling that infinitely transcends prior. So to think about, even canon Goku could be a low end or a low end or conservative scaled Silver. Canon Goku can beat him. No joke. I'm being 100% serious with that. And it's kind of interesting because it kind of adds up to what Ian Flynn said. Now, if I'm using a more mid-end, my personal scaling for Silver, I'd probably have Silver more in the hyperversal ranges because of the dimensional matrix and the fact that infinities exist within those. I wouldn't really go with Spawn scaling or Devil May Cry Capcom verse scaling completely. I mean, yes, Capcom is within it, but I wouldn't even consider Dante's 9-dimensional extra dimensionalities to be infinitely transcendent beyond one another, at least in the context of how we treat dimensional tiering. That's, it's more than just being, it's like you could be an orthogonal dimension, one right angle, but that doesn't necessarily always make you infinitely greater. It's not Umineko. So in this context, what I'm saying is, even generally speaking, a low end Xeno Trunks would absolutely fold
Silver like a pancake for the most part. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I love Archie Sonic. I think Archie Sonic is one of the most powerful series out there. I said again, you can get him to possibly 25th dimensionalities. But again, as much as I hate using this word, there is a more solid argument for Outerversal for when it comes to Xenoverse. There's a consistent argument for Outerversiality than there is for Silver. And then when you factor in that the God Fusion movie happened, and it's supposed to take place in our world, in Japan, not Beat's world, our world, and Beat scales to that and beat that Broly, then you got to really consider a couple things. Especially because Mechikabura is stronger than that Broly and got one-shotted by Trunks. Silver is getting one-shotted. Not only that, Xenogoku literally has resistance. They have cards that literally not only remove your time resistance. Like if you're resistant to time, they can remove that from you and make you resistant to time. They can remove your powers and seal them. They can stat steal. Here's another hacks that Xeno Trunks has. Xeno Trunks can stat steal. So he could steal all of Silver's stats that are on his level. Because he literally does that with Xenogoku. They could stat steal, which is part of the game and part of the canon, because that's what the cards allow you to freaking do. So you could stat steal, you can resistance remove, you can throw resistances on them, you could seal powers, you could seal power-ups, you can use luck factors, as in warp the levels of reality to make their probability on hit. You could probability manipulate. And yes, Xenogoku does have probability manipulation resistance, which makes sense because if he's a product of a video game and yet even the developers can't control him, then yeah, that makes sense. He pretty much is resistant to his own plot. He's kind of like a miniature. I'm not even going to say miniature. He's like a more powerful version of Najimo. It's crazy. And yes, you want more evidence, they're kind of, and I'm not going to bring up Midaka Box too much, but if you want more evidence that they kind of behave like some variant of Midaka Box, I'll go ahead and give you a scale. Let me see if I can find the other scan. I gotta spit facts right now if I can, because they've been getting away with this for way too long. All right, let me see here. Let me see here. Yeah, let's go ahead and add this scan. Xenogoku says, the history written in this scroll is the story in which I meet the other version of me. And here comes Toki Toki. Super Dragon Ball Heroes Big Bang Mission. Oh, that's just promo material. You could say whatever you want. But at the end of the day, it's still consistent because they know they're literally within the video game. The books chronicling these events in history are now on sale. Super Dragon Ball Heroes Big Bang Mission is also serialized in the monthly Saikuho Jump. Hey, you get back here and arrange these quickly, which are the time scrolls that they were talking about in the video. Now, people can say, oh, that's just side promo. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, it's kind of consistent because if you watch the rest of the series, they didn't mention that Dragon Ball Heroes met One Piece within the Shonen verse. So like I said, like if you want to go with fourth wall breaking, I mean, then again, Archie Sonic does have off paneling where, Knuckles does threaten the author. So, I mean, on that level, they're kind of consistent. But the difference is that Trunks doesn't threaten to blow up the actual... not Trunks. Knuckles doesn't say, I'm going to blow up the whole human world. Whereas Demigras is like, nah, I'm going to get out of this video game and I'm going to go blow up the actual real world. Oh yeah, Demigras was going to threaten the real world as well. And exactly. He sucks. Demigras fodder. And Cronola is fodder. Cronola is literally holding back two different worlds from colliding. The real world and the Xenoverse. And yet, she's inferior. And, infinitely inferior. Man.
This. All right, let me continue and finish the final point. Wait, hold up. Why are they using that scan? It literally says, how about no? Your power stored out electronics, and in case you haven't noticed, I'm a robot. How would you know that? How would you know Silver's a what? They assume Silver's ability to mess with technology would work on Trunks' technology? That's such a baseless assertion. It's like people assuming, oh, Accelerator is going to restore Xenogoku's attacks back. Or like Yusuke Urameshi's attacks. Like, has he ever dealt with like, and this is no disrespect to Accelerator, I'm just giving an example. It's like, Accelerator got to make calculations first. And Yu Yu Hakusho, you literally have different spirit energies that don't operate the same at all. Even if they're in the same in origin, they act so differently harmonically that you can't just counter them. And then you have Ryatsu from Bleach. It's like, that's like saying, oh, you know why I don't like this argument? Because it's like, oh, it runs off electronics, so Trunks will mess with it. So let me get this straight. Is Trunks going to be able to, not Trunks, is Silver going to be able to short circuit the Den Mushis of One Piece? Like, get out of here. Just because it uses electricity or electronics, it's literally on a quantum level. So it's a big assumption to assume that it's going to have the same effect. Anyway. Silver is stronger and faster in super form? No, the hell he's not. That's cap. That's completely cap. Can redirect most key attacks? If he could catch up with them, oh, we don't have linear time to scale them. Like, it doesn't matter. There are levels to time. Because if you're infinite speed in a 4D construct or 3D construct, that doesn't mean you'll be infinite in 5D. For example, you have characters who could travel on the edge of creation. We don't know. Speed works differently each dimension because each dimension adds a different direction or axis. So when you have a new axis, you can't assume their infinityism for speed-wise is going to act the same. Because now you have different ranges of motion. If I'm only 2D being, I can only swing forward, up, down, or forward and back, really. Or in my perspective, forward. Because I only see a line as a 2D being. As a 3D being, I can swing up, down, left, right, behind me, diagonally. As a 4D being, up, down, left, right, diagonally, forward in time, through time, in the back of time, on the side of time, plonk time. You can do all types of stuff. So when you get to the 5th dimension, well, sheesh. Now, when you're talking about someone like Trunks, who in some cases has the argumentation to be infinite dimensional, and yes, I do say that, because Beat's world is literally a video game in comparison, and sees them as literally a lesser world. How the heck is Silver gonna scale to that? And the reason I say this is because it's consistent with not only the Dragon Ball movie with Broly, the God Fusion movie, but it's also consistent with Fighters. Whereas in Fighters, they have a dimension with no dimensionality in it at all, yet it's completely infinitely superior to the rest of the world, as where characters get their power-ups. So I'm not going to say outerversal because of the material, but it's almost like a level of false outerversalism. It's like false outerversal. So am I willing to say that Xeno Trunks has some level of upper high hyperversal levels? I actually believe so. I honestly actually believe so. Because I don't think a set number of dimensions are accounted for in the real world of Beat. They're not going to have there's not going to be just at least for the time being. I say on the higher end, definitely infinite complex hyperversal. Easily. On the lower end, still hyperversal. So I don't agree with this whatsoever. This doesn't make any sense. And if we're going extremely stupidly lowball, it's still high complex. It's questionable. So had the physical ability. If he didn't, then his durability, he would have died. Now, I understand Silver is completely invulnerable, but that's a no limits fallacy. Let me ask you guys this: is Archie supersonic? Like even Ian Flynn was like, even Ian Flynn knows supersonic's invulnerable, but not necessarily absolute. Just he's impervious to damage on a certain dimensionality or level. If you are infinitely above him, we cannot assume you're going to just immediately just not one shot him. That's a no limits fallacy. Yeah, numbers and limit. I mean, I agree. There's no numbers, but there are methodologies we can use. While in base one, Silver briefly restrained Super Scourge, a dark version of Supersonic, despite the power gap. Okay, so what the heck does Interject have to do with Trunks? Trunks is so much stronger than him, it doesn't even make sense. And Interject was caught off guard. All right, so now they're comparing the anime and the manga. That's another problem. As explained by Whis, no. Hit skills are only effective against opponents who are near or below his level. How do you, like, here's the problem with this argument. You're either assuming A, Hit's ability is based on speed perception, or B, Goku, if you are at Hit's level, you do transcend time. So which one is, so Whis could be, for all you know, Whis could be like, oh, well, Hit is someone who can control time. If you're at least stronger than him, you should, without a doubt, be able to also transcend time or transcend his time skip ability. Because in the anime, it's completely different from how the manga treats it. So I still don't agree. Because in the anime, they literally have a technique where Jiren is completely frozen in time. Whereas in the manga, he uses time lag. Not the same at all. So why are you comparing the two as if they're the same? One doesn't overwrite the other. Especially since the anime came out first. And are both on the same script. They're not the same canonically anyway. Because if they were, why do we have Infinite Zamasu and we don't have Infinite Zamasu in the manga? So that was already a problem right there. They already knew who they wanted to win this battle before the battle even started. They already knew. Because they're already trying to say, oh, well, Goku did this too, but technically... And then they're trying to find a technicality to downplay Goku to justify their stupid ad hoc reasoning for Silver winning. Yeah, just because a character can break out of something because of strength, that's always been a trope of Dragon Ball. But the point is, Krinoa still stops time. But as we've seen with Vados, what did Vados say? What did Vados say about Jiren? Now, I'm gonna clarify this to any other downplaying baboons. Jiren, first off, I'm going to just make this clear. In the anime, this has nothing to do with how strong you are. Has nothing to do with that. So regardless if you're stronger than them, it doesn't matter. And then you have this game. You got a lot of baboon YouTubers like, Jiren didn't transcend time. Yeah, whatever. Then we have, this means Jiren possesses power that transcends time itself. Now, again, it says possesses power, which means his ki transcends time itself. Ki is an essence you can utilize to help you transcend or do many things. Because look at Infinite Zamasu. So again, I don't get why they're being very selective about this. Yeah, okay, what does that have to do with anything? Goku says, I don't want to affect space and time by powering up. Because he's so goddamn powerful, he can erupt an infinite set of subset of infinite timelines. Where and keep in mind, each timeline in Dragon Ball, in the canon Dragon Ball, is at least 9 to 10 dimensional. If we're talking about Xenoverse, each timeline should be at least hyperversal. Low hyperversal, and I'm not even kidding. While the number of recorded timelines in Dragon Ball is finite, based on the scrolls of eternity, the Xenoverse has infinite peripheral timelines, such as Parallel Quest and Infinite History DLC of Xenoverse 2. I'll say that's a decent way on kind of putting it, but I wouldn't say it's finite timelines. I would say finite events that happen that they're aware of that they need to take care of. Because basically, those scrolls really account for rifts. Like extra mess-ups. Because the infinities exist, but when you mess with them, it causes problems. Okay, good. They mentioned a Chaos Force, extra dimensional, Pocket Zone, Mega Man's own infinite universe. That's good. And a multiverse of Spawn. Good. What? They said the scope of Dragon Ball's cosmic scale does not compare? A literal afterlife in Dragon Ball is already greater than an infinite is literally greater than infinite 4D. Literally a macrocosm is treated like a multiverse. And that's just a macrocosm. There's a neutral zone that contains a subset of those. Are they baboons? Oh, but look it, Silver has let's just say for the sake of baseline. Sonic's infinite multiverse, Spawn's infinite multiverse, and Silver's infinite multiverse. Alright, that's 3 5D realms. You're still 5D. You're not 6D. That's 3 5D realms. Oh, but what about the extra dimension of the Chaos Source? Sure, we could say 6D then. And what the hell is that going to do? Now, let's just say they are 6D based on Screw Attack. By their same logic, the living world is, again, 4D. It has to be. So that would mean the space between universes is 5D, which means the timeline is 6D, which means there's infinite of those, which means the crack of time has to at least be 7D. And if you're going off of that, Beats World, well, they don't even believe in Beats World, but even using a low ball of their version, it still contradicts their own argument. Silver cannot resist a Ki Sword because he doesn't compare directly to Supersonic. In some cases, he can, but it's very iffy. I get what they're saying. They're trying to say it in a more casual basis, but that's also completely false. Because in a more casual basis, Silver wouldn't even get a chance to power up before Trunks even... Silver wouldn't have any time to react to Trunks. Silver is not consistently reacting to infinite speed. He's not. Because literally Trunks lives in an extra dimensional world as Xeno Trunks. That was absolute doo-doo. But I... All right, so I'm just typing in. All right, infinite. All right, and so chat, let me go ahead. All right, take care, Akeem Reese. So yeah, let me just go ahead. I typed in a comment. Here's what my comment says. I love your animations, but I could say y'all know nothing about. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the stream. I'm gonna say this, bro. I love your animation. I'm gonna let them know. Love your animation. You guys are always awesome. But I could say y'all know nothing about Super Dragon Ball Heroes, nor Dragon Ball cosmology. Didn't mention Koyama's statement, but you use Ian Flynn. I'm gonna say this. Who, funny enough, said canon Goku claps Archie Sonic. Doesn't use Daizenshu 4, claiming the afterlife transcends dimensions in the human world. Doesn't use the the fourth dimensional infinite hell statements by Koyama, which confirmed 19 data books. Doesn't use the dead zone space, which is hyperspace, or Seguro space, nor the Broly movie super dimensional realm that Gogeta and Broly traveled to, nor do they use the fact that Zeno's world transcends the 12 lower macrocosms, which each holds all of the extra dimensions I just listed, and the fact that all of this is a nexus under a single time ring, which even canon Infinite Zamasu can destroy. Then you add the infinite timelines confirmed by Fudamase, and then the crack of time. Last problem, Beat's world is completely transcendent. They literally treat it as a video game in conjunction to Fighters and God Fusion Goku 4D movie, which are also canon. Y'all did not mention Luffy from One Piece as well, who also fought with Xeno Goku. Then, so overall, not even, so overall, you guys saying Archie's verse is bigger is 100% false when examined side by side. I hope in the future you guys get people like me, Seth, Chuck, or Ryu to at least give some level. I'm not even gonna include Seth in that. No offense, Seth. I ain't got nothing against you, bro, but I'm not gonna include you in that. Like me, Chuck, or SSG Ryu to give further insight. I hope in the future you guys get people in the Matrix further insight. And yes, and yes, Spawn verse. I'll just leave it at that. A great video. All right, guys, there you go. They blocked Zeph. Oh man, that sucks. I'll leave that. That's my comment. So let's see here. Wow, we're at 57 views. 3 more views and we hit 60. We're at 54. Dang. Well, yeah, anyway, guys, I think that's where I want to stop it for the stream. I like the cameos they did. I think the battle is still good. They put effort, but let's see here. Hyper-focused character instead of folding all versions of a character into one gives me a lot more hope for Death Battle from that one. Thing is, Xeno Trunks is a folding of all versions in a sense, which because the thing about Koyama is Koyama worked on the movies. But the thing is, Xenoverse follows the movies. I like responding to comments. These guys are interesting. I love how you guys do homage to the Dragon Ball Budokai series. I mean, it's cool. The moment when Boomstick said Trunks was the coolest character, I laughed. Alright, anyway. So as you can see, and I'm not trying to insult anyone here, 99% of these comments are normies. I'm not saying you have to be outraged at the I'm not outraged at the fact that, you know what I mean? I'm not outraged that nobody in the comments is outraged about Trunks. You don't have to be. But, I mean, it just kind of adds a bad taste in my mouth when I see characters like Trunks winning battles that he clearly should not be having precedence over. Like, it doesn't make any sense. There's no way Trunks is going to consistently be able to actually fight someone at that level. Hey, thank you, Krabby Baker. Krabby Baker. Krabby Breaker. Thank you, Krabby Breaker, for the $2 donation. I really greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Koyama's statements are valid for Movieverse, which Xenoverse and Heroes Fall. Exactly. I responded to Atari HB. Hey, what's up, Harvado? All right. Thank you, guys. You guys are amazing. I appreciate everyone for support, for coming through. Again, I want to kind of, I got some new ideas coming in the future that I definitely want to introduce for the next stream. So you guys were hyped up for this stream. I hope you guys are ready to be hyped up for the next stream. Next stream, we're going to probably do something, we're probably going to do like a couple of fun things. I'm going to try to create something like a randomizer. I'm going to try to create a randomizer. I'm going to try to get a lot of pictures and stuff to create a randomizer. We're going to have like some fun on stream, have some interesting battles to go along. We might like do like a Russian roulette battle versus battle. And yeah, we'll try to get more creative on the stream. So I look forward to seeing you guys. I start my new job tomorrow, so congratulations on that. No, I'm just kidding. But like, yeah, I do start a new job tomorrow, so I'm really excited. I'm also excited to like be able to star in more of these content, because now that I got my new job, I'll be able to get more equipment and be able to update the stream. We'll be able to have a little bit more fun, guys. I look forward to at first I was struggling because usually like I could play Smash Brothers video games, I could do drawing streams, and I can also do power scaling streams. And I think I found a creative way for us to have fun on power scaling streams without it becoming dull, because I've been talking about the same thing on power scaling, so it's about time we start branching out and getting into new stuff. Recently I've been kind of trying to power scale Bleach a little bit, so that's pretty cool. I've recently figured out that Bleach is a lot stronger than we thought. Also, fun fact, Naruto has a moon level feat. I mean, not Naruto. One Piece. One Piece has a moon level feat, by the way. I am not joking. I want to see the chat's reaction. So, chat, what is your reaction to One Piece having a moon level feat, by the way? I'm gonna pull up some of the scans. These are the cover stories, which are canon. And even if someone likes to say, like, oh, that's not actually like the feat, though. Like, I still want to get your thoughts on it. Like, I still want to get your thoughts on like the fact that this is time skip Eneru. I just kind of want to know you guys' thoughts on it real quick. Like how do you guys feel about this though? I wonder if people in the chat are going to pop off or how they're going to react. Yes, these are canon, by the way. Yo, this is just Eneru. This is just Eneru. Yeah. Nobody talks about this because everyone's getting downplayed. Now look, just because Frieza can still death beam one shot the entire verse doesn't mean we can't give him credit for this. This is impressive. All right, if anyone in the chat thinks this is impressive, give me a fire. If you think that this is not as impressive, give me some ice. But again, this is One Piece verse. Because remember, this is pre-time skip. This is not even like post-time skip. So like when we say Qin Zhao can break the ice continent, which they say like 50 freaking times, I think this kind of proves it's not an outlier. Cooler's like, nah, bro. Not impressed. Doomslayer's solos. Actually, I could say Doomslayer will slap Archie Silver because his weapons got some quantum level hacks. And yes, Roz has showed me the light, Cooler. We'll talk a little bit about Doomslayer. And it's not, I mean, yeah, to a degree, I mean, obviously, like, I've seen the scans before, but I haven't been able to get the full context. Shoutouts to Chuck for giving, like, other contexts on that, because I thought, like, at first, it felt weird because in the original Doom, I wasn't seeing those type of levels, so out of nowhere, they just start getting really powerful. I guess it's kind of like Mortal Kombat to a degree, but Mortal Kombat had universal statements since 2005, 2004-ish era. But you get the point. One Piece solos Akame got killed. Huh? Hold on. Impressive considering it's his base state. Yo, you got Doomslayer at Complex? Donaz, I honestly think I might get Doomslayer higher if I actually like really look at it. So I'm kind of scared now. Roshi is likely going to be in the smaller planetary because the thing is he blew the moon so hard the pieces fell on top of the Earth. Roshi's moon level plus. I'm not going to say small planet. I mean, well, moon level plus is basically small planet, but you get the picture. I don't think Roshi is going... I think this proves that One Piece characters are very, very, very powerful. I mean, the thing is, though, like, Roshi's strong, but I don't think he's going to take a lot of Gear 4. Like, if Gear 4 hits harder than Gear 3rd, and Gear 3rd can split the ice continent, I don't think Roshi's going to... Like, then you got to factor in Luffy... Like, let me do a quick calculation. Speed over time. All right. Let me give a small calculation. All right. So first off, so the distance. So first we're going to need the distance. We're going to have to calculate for the speed. No, we're going to calculate for the time. All right. Let me tell you how fast Luffy can punch you within a second. All right. So in most cases, One Piece does have scaling that puts them at, some level of light speed. Well, actually, yeah, they're objectively light speed. I mean, I don't know how much I have to push that. One Piece is objectively light speed. If you disagree, I will literally Shoryuken combo you. So yeah. And it's 3D2Y. They already talked about light speed. There's some baboons who like, One Piece's lasers are at light speed, blah blah blah. Like, bro, there's like, all right, let's count all the scans of One Piece real quick. Actually, we're not gonna talk about One Piece too much. All I know is that Kizaru has light speed, the Pacifista has Kizaru's attacks, Kuma did a light speed attack, Zoro dodged it, Foxy has photons included with that, and there are other statements of light speed based attacks, being able to move, and Niji is also someone who can also move at relatively light speed, which makes a little bit of sense. So yeah, and if you don't know who Niji is, I will show you. He's this guy right here. So he also has light speed attacks. So again, I don't really feel the need to keep talking about it. They have light speed, faster than light speed. Brandy World is able to increase. What's his name? What is his name? Bragandi World, I think his name, or Brandy World. He's able to utilize his. He's able to throw things faster than Luffy can react. And remember, Zoro could dodge light speed, but he's able to throw things at them for that speed, and they're able to dodge it. So yeah, basically speaking, Marco D. Phoenix as well is also light speed because he blocked Kizaru's attack, which is literally stated to be a light speed attack. And there's just so many different levels of them characters being light speed in One Piece. One Piece is light speed all over the board. So let me just show you an example. Now the thing is, this is base form Luffy, and Luffy in base form said that a Pacifista was too slow. Gear second is like 5 times more. You can argue even like several times of that 5 times more. So like Gear 4 is like almost a 50 times multiplier. I'm not even joking, or 40 times multiplier, depending on how you want to go about it. So again, regardless, we're not going to even include that. We're just going to lowball it. So let's go ahead and see how many feet. When you throw your punch, when you throw out your fist to do a punch, you're traveling at least, you're going in like a protractor motion. Now, if Luffy doesn't punch by letting his forearm extend, Luffy cocks back his fist and then throws it forward. Luffy is usually hitting you from like let's say Luffy's hitting you from about 30 feet away. All right, Luffy's hitting you 30 feet away. Some of his attacks, at least in Gear 4, should be fast enough to counter Kizaru's lasers. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't. He can match up with Kaido. Now, again, I'm lowballing Luffy. Now, let's see. When it comes to miles per second, speed of light is 186,000. So, let's see. How fast will Luffy's attack hit you? The time interval we need it in seconds. And according to this, Luffy would hit you in, oh my goodness gracious. All right, so I'm going to take this right here, and I'm going to put seconds to, let's say, nanoseconds. And Luffy can hit you in 30 nanoseconds. So Luffy would already punch you in 30 nanoseconds. Now, how many nanoseconds go into a second? I believe it is 1 billion. So let's take the number 1 billion and divide it by 30. All right. Very simple. The very simple scale right here. Boom, boom. Yeah. Let's take 1 billion. So that means Luffy with a Gatling, and this isn't even Gear 5. Base form Luffy with just a basic Gatling, just using basic mathematics and lowballing him, would already hit you with 33 million this is Gear 4 Luffy, actually, never mind. But Gear 4 Luffy, attack potency-wise, is stronger than Shinjao. Each of his punches are, like, devastatingly strong. So that means a Gear 4 Luffy throwing a Gatling of Kong guns at you is, like, hitting you with 33,333,333 punches. So imagine that many large islands, countries, and continents flying at you all within a second. Not even Roshi's going to handle that. But anyway, you guys get the picture. That's trying to give you an idea of like how versus battles are really handled. Anyway. Oh yeah, Andre. I'm not even gonna use Snake, man. That's cheating. Like One Piece is way too strong at that point, man. I honestly think they're like just like ridiculous, bro. But anyway, guys, I think that is a great place to kind of end the stream. I think there are a lot of things we covered today. Screw Attack doesn't know what the heck they're talking about. I don't know why they did this battle if they're not going to do it correctly. But anyway, I think that we can end it right there. Yeah, Luffy, in my opinion, is like... I think Luffy would be a threat to Luffy, in my opinion, Gear 5 Luffy... If I were to scale Gear 5 Luffy, I'd probably have him in the ranges of a rival on Namek Saga Goku to a degree. Probably I'd have him a Ginyu Force level, but I'll explain. I don't think he can actually hurt the Ginyu Force. No. He can't hurt the Ginyu Force members. Well, actually, no, he has durability negation because of Haki. But what I'm saying is his speed is crazy. So he'd be like... if Luffy was a villain, if Gear 5 was a villain, he'd be a villain you run into on Namek Saga. That's how scary he is. I think he can make it past the Saiyan Saga only because of two factors, durability negation and the raw speed. Although I think Saiyan Saga characters can be dozens to 100 times the speed of light or more, I think One Piece characters are in the upper hundreds of thousands in terms of AP, like combat speed. And again... There's a lot of iffy room for that because if we're using anime is kind of stupid. So I'm mostly using the manga. But again, that's like a discussion for another time. Like, again, like, doesn't really matter because, I mean, he fights Birder. He's probably going to get blitzed and clapped in one ki blast casually. So, but I'm just saying that, like, the threat level he would be is comparable to Namek Saga. Not that he would necessarily... be anywhere near their power, because like Dodoria can finger shot a freaking planet, no difficulty. Even King Vegeta's far weaker than Dodoria, and he can multi-planet bust. Come on now, Luffy's not at that level, hell no. But I will say that they're at least getting up there. They're at least attempting the Saiyan Saga echelons. I'd say Luffy's probably like he's probably where Vegeta was at in the Saiyan Saga, like you guys said. But his durability negation and extra speed feats and calc stacking you can do could probably throw him up there with the lower level people, like the lower level areas of the the saga. But anyway, that's besides the point. Dragon Ball's broken. Trunks slaps. Trunks one shots. You guys already know the drill. No other arguments shall be had further. Yeah. So Trunks is the best character. Silver is fine, but he is a ripoff. Sorry, Venice the Hedgehog, you are doo-doo. So you still lose. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, that's where I'm going to have it at right now. And I'm not going to go too far on the other statements. But I just want to make this statement that, and sorry, Keaton. I've been power scaling Dragon Ball for a long time. Saiyan Saga Vegeta ain't at that. He ain't that strong. Sorry. I'm going to have to disagree with that. He ain't that strong. No, not even in the anime. He is not that strong. The solar system. I don't think you really understand how big the solar system really is. No offense. And for those of you who don't understand how big the solar system is, give you guys a little bit of an understanding. This is just the artist's representation. That's not even the real solar system. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. Vegeta's not going to one shot. This is not even accurate. The Kuiper Belt's way bigger than that. This is a more accurate representation. This image right here. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. Vegeta's not destroying these. At least in the Kuiper Belt, some of these meteorites can scale to the planet size of Earth. So, and the astronomical unit it has is hundreds of thousands. And because of the way our main system orbits it, I don't think Vegeta. Saiyan Saga Vegeta is not destroying hundreds of thousands to almost a million planets. I'm sorry. Because if you're talking like solar system level, now I don't. Sandsaga Vegeta ain't destroying all this. I don't. I doubt. I don't even. It's not even. I doubt it. I know he can't do that. This. Yeah, he did all that effort to destroy Earth. He ain't blowing all this up. I don't think so. I don't think he can. But yeah, but yeah, but the Genki Dama, but the Genki Dama doesn't tell us much about it because the Genki Dama still, although the Genki Dama used energy from the sun, it's not like Goku absorbed the entire sun. And for a fun fact, guys, if the sun blew up, it wouldn't even touch the Kuiper Belt. The explosion would go to like barely reach Jupiter if it was a supernova, and now it's stopped there. So like solar system is so much larger that it doesn't even make sense. But oh! That is something I did think about doing with Dark Knight 47. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. Wow. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. So I did think of doing something like that. I was thinking of an anime tier list where I was going to have like different characters and different scaling. Dragon Ball would be really interesting to do that with. I also did something similar to Naruto way back then. I had Naruto pretty goddamn high back in the day. But yeah, I would consider doing something like that. Now again, I think I think that is a good idea. I think that is a good idea. The good idea. But yeah, I would definitely consider it. Definitely would consider doing a chronological order tier list. Because that's something I planned on doing with my Goku. How strong is Goku in the manga anyway? But that video's taking forever. But that's also because the new program I got, you need to buy it in order to get rid of the watermark. Anyway, thank you so much again. The Dark Knight. No, it's all good. It could be Dragon Ball characters, even Bleach characters. I was thinking about it. But I think like overall, it's definitely something to consider for sure. Still, people still think One Piece characters are fodder. I don't know why. I think Eneru himself with this feat. Oh, quick question, chat. Now that you've seen with One Piece's version of Eminem can do, if Eneru fought Esdef, who do you guys think wins? Remember, Esdef, I'm Boomstick, and Esdef freezed over an entire continent. Oh man. Goku on Arrival and Namek is probably Solar System. Vegeta scales. That if we're using, are we using anime or manga? Because in anime, I don't know. It's even then that's still crazy. Actually, no, it's not. Actually, no. He's kind of stupid. He's fast as crap. He's mad fast. If we're using anime, he's mad fast. He's stupid fast. And yeah, I do agree. Vegeta scales. I'm gonna just let you. Not Vegeta scale. Vegeta scales Keaton. I'm gonna let you guys know. If we're talking about Namek Saga, I can kind of see where you're coming from. If you're saying like Saiyan Saga Vegeta in the anime is Dwarf Star, I can definitely agree with that. Even Small Star, considering how easily he blew up a giant gas planet with his fingertips. So in anime wise, I can agree with that. Solar system complete solar system wipeout, like the Kuiper Belt, which is almost like a small nebula in size, that's a little iffy. But if we're using but the way they scale is kind of crazy because anime Frieza, he's busted. So Enno going to have a whole continent bowing to him. He is strong, but he just fought against his true counter. Eno would win. Oh, you guys. Oh, Keaton, you didn't tell me he's talking about anime. See, anime is like different because anime is like King Vegeta can multi-planet bust casually with low effort. So if King Vegeta can multi-planet bust casually with low effort, then I'm pretty confident that Namek Saga. I'm still not going to have him at solar system, but I definitely have him at a star level. I can definitely see star level Namek Saga planet Vegeta in the Saiyan Saga. If you saying that, I can agree. Also, also fun fact: a lot of people might think that. Before I go, I'm gonna have one more thing I'm gonna say. A lot of people may not agree with after image. After studying a little bit about how positive and negative after imaging works within the human retina and mind, after imaging is based off of light, light refraction. Stop it. So with that said, I honestly think that the fact that Goku's after image can stay for longer than like a couple seconds already indicates that he has a level of light speed. Because if you close your eyes and the after image is there, all right, then that's different. But like the thing is, Goku's moving so fast, light is still anticipating that Goku's body is still occupying this level of space. And even a character as fast as Roshi can't imagine that. All right, hold on. Donkey's acting crazy. All right, hold on, guys. I'm about to solo my dog. Come here, you. Kame.
He wants to go to.
No, he wants water.
You sure?
Yeah, I know what he wants.
You want him to go to the bathroom?
No, he just wants water.
How do you know that?
Because
so
I've been around with him since you were out of the country.
That's so cool.
Huh?
I fell asleep. I just fell asleep.
So, back to what I was saying after I saw streamer atomizes his dog life. Or could it be just faster than what his opponent? The Dark Knight. So yeah, it is faster than his opponent perceived, but let's get this straight. Roshi, who can do a Kamehameha that can reach the moon in seconds, do we honestly think Roshi, after training himself for so many years, able to blow up the moon and keep in mind, characters can react to these Kamehamehas in early Dragon Ball. Yeah, a lot of people forgot about that. These characters, like Kamehameha from Roshi, there are characters who can react to it. Yet it reached the moon in only a certain amount of time with Roshi. So, I mean, Roshi's perception should be way beyond regular human. And we know their perception is beyond regular human because there'll be moments where they completely disappear and Roshi's like, Goku looks like he's winning this one. And then every other person's like, I can't see anything at all because a regular person's perception is way slower. But with Roshi's, it's crazy. And the thing is, it'd be one thing if a person disappears in front of you, that's one thing. But if a person moves so fast that they left an image of themselves still there and you think they're still there, that's not the same. Because I did some studying in real life science, you have to be very relativistic or close to light speed to do stuff like this. If someone goes to punch you and they think you're there, and it's not even about thinking they're there. Like, look at this. Goku, it's not like, oh, that's just an animation technique. Like, no. The point is, light is still refracting. Like, light itself, their eyes, which is the red, blue, and green cones of the eye, the rods and cones of the eye, those perceptors of light still perceive that these characters are still there. It's like, oh, I thought Goku was still standing there. Like, how could he be occupying one level of space? That's why the after image still works. Because you're moving so fast that the opponent's perception, they're literally like, yo, I thought you was still there. You were literally just standing there, and all of a sudden, you're sticking your tongue out like, and the thing is, Goku and them are doing this casually. So I do believe early Dragon Ball is definitely light speed.
easily. Easily. And given that people can react to Roshi's Kamehameha, I think that they can definitely be in the dozens. I think by the time we get to Piccolo Jr., King Piccolo, I think we're already like more than 5 times faster than light. Even at least we're more than the speed of light. But like FTL, maybe not FTL plus, but we're still FTL. Roshi destroyed the moon before Yamcha could reach him, and Yamcha thought he was going to kill Goku, so he would be going full speed. Exactly, Keaton. Exactly, Keaton. That's a good point. So that's another proof that they're definitely light speed. Yeah, the stream probably is lagging. You know why it's lagging? Because my dog soloed it. No, I'm playing. Oh no, I'm lagging. Nah, it's just, but yeah, anyway. Let's see here, bro. They gave him MFTF Plus and said Dragon Ball doesn't have infinite timelines because of the scrolls. I know, that was the dumbest thing you can ever do. Like, don't do that ever again, Screw Attack. Stay away from scaling Xenoverse. That doesn't make any sense. Chuck and Ryu are going to have a field day with this. You know, I'm about to hit up Ryu. Say, yo, Ryu, let's do a collab video. All right, guys. But right now, though, with that said, I'm going to conclude the stream. I do got some sleeping to catch up with and a couple of other things to run. But with everyone who's participated in the stream, I just want to say thank you guys so much for participating. It's great having your time here. This is, again, Atari H&B, and I'm going to be signing off. So everyone, have yourselves a wonderful night. Thank you for everyone who, thank you again for the donations, everyone. You guys are a blessing. Dark Knight 47, thank you for the donation, and many others who have donated as well. Blessings, and you guys have a good night. Harvado can give the Discord link if you'd like. I will. I'll give the Discord link, but again, there's only going to be a certain level of invites. So let's hubba. All right. So, or Harvado can give it. I don't know. Somebody can give it, but yeah. So yeah, only 10 baboons can use the. Only 10 baboons can use this link. Only 10 baboons can use this link, monkeys. All right, guys. So I hope you guys all have a great day. Stay tuned for the next time we have we have another stream. So with that said, this is Atari H&B, and I'm signing. Peace.